Okay, I just went to Target because that's what girls do on their Saturday. I was like walking around and I was like thinking about how this year is going to be Colton and I's 10th year together, which is so crazy to think about and also makes me feel ancient. But I just saw this cute little box. And again, this kind of stuff means like Colton obviously is not going to keep this stupid little box, but I just like thought it was cute. And I'm going to get him a card and write him like a long note, of course, and I was just thinking, this is so stupid, but like if you've been in a couple for a long time, I hope you know what I'm talking about. I was just thinking about how much Colton does for me actually, and like emotionally, spiritually, obviously, you know, like he's there for me so much, like I can't even put that into words. I was just like thinking about, we were sitting like so comfy watching TV last night, both of us like wrapped in blankets watching Game of Thrones, and our dog Finn got up to go like tell us he had to go to the bathroom, and I just like and maybe this is a reflection on me being such a lazy bitch, but I just like, it didn't even cross my mind that I would get up and he was already like at the door getting Finn. And I don't know, that maybe sounds stupid, but I hope if you're in a long-term relationship, you know that it's not always like cooks a 5-course meal for me and like gifts me diamonds, but it's like you get up to take the dog to pee when I'm comfy and it's dark outside. You know, I don't know. I was just like reflecting, walking around Target and like thinking about how much I am so lucky to have him. It's such a rhythm with us now after almost 10 years together of just like, he just does so much for me, you guys, like so much. Ew. Yeah, I just love him. I just love him so much. He's my best friend and I get to hang out with him all day and night, and he does the nicest things for me. And I don't know, so like little things when he pops in my head to just like do something like stupid like this, I just want to show him. So this man is so close to my car. Thank you for your service though, appreciate you. Some red velvet cookie sandwiches. I got melted chocolates. He loves a good like fondue. I'm gonna go get some strawberries and blueberries and we can like do a little chocolate fondue. He absolutely loves these on the rocks pre-mixed cocktails. And you just like pour it over ice and it's his favorite. And then obviously some Tart Reese's to fill in this little bucket. I'm gonna write him a nice note. I'm gonna like have a reservation and print out the confirmation probably. So I'm gonna go home, try to hide this from him, obviously, because it's only February 3rd. So I've got like a week and a half for me to keep this hidden, but won't be hard. He's not very observant. Love you. So little random appreciation for my sweet mans who's been with me for a decade, which is crazy, you guys. I don't know. And I just know he's the one because like going to bed with him every night still feels like a sleepover. I wrote that on a post a while ago and a few of you guys were like, yes, oh my God, this is what it feels like with my husband. And it was so encouraging, but like I literally get giddy to just like go lay in bed and talk with him. And like we've been talking for a decade, you know? We've been talking for a decade. Colton, whenever you get to watching this, because I know it'll be a week after I post it, I love you so much. I'm so thankful for you. And thanks for being my best friend. And thanks for loving me for 10 years. Love you, honey. Tell me why I just went to Target again. I needed to get a card and I needed to get the fruit for the little fondue that I want to do. So here's where I'm struggling. Because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, obviously, but I'm going to go to my workout class and we have like a full day of work. But I got movie tickets for like, I think it's like $320 because I want to leave room for us to like either come home and make dinner or go out to dinner, like whatever. And obviously I don't know what he has planned. If anything, no pressure if he doesn't, because he does something for me literally every year. So I'm trying to like really take over this year. But we're seeing Madame Web at 3:20. So I'm thinking we're gonna get up, go about our day, like work out, do the work, and then I'm gonna around like 2, maybe I can like distract him to not shower after the gym until I'll be like, let's just like power through the morning, and then why don't you hop in the shower? We'll hop in the shower around 2, reset for the day. And then I can set up his little basket, print out the movie tickets, put it there and be like, ta-da, this is the plan for tonight. Hope that's okay. And come home and do like a little chocolate fondue. Okay, so we have so much going on. I'm gonna try to like debrief you guys. I'm sorry for the terrible angle and for my post-workout look. We are planning a wedding in 2.5 weeks in Tulum, which also happens to fall right before my birthday. So us and like our 5 closest friends we're extending the trip and we're asking them to meet us in Tulum for a little bit of like a BELATED Tulum celebration just for 2 nights. But the wedding we're playing is black tie. Just texted the bride and groom and asked them like, what they want us in, because sometimes when we perform at weddings, they want us to just look like the guests, and other times they want us to be very clearly the performers. So I just have to figure out like what they want. If they want us to like go as like a wedding guest, then I need to figure out if I have like a black tie appropriate dress. Also, when I was perusing in Target, I just stopped and looked at like the bathing suits and the cover-ups and got like a little button-down shirt, some like linen pants, because like I'm trying to look cute for my birthday in Tulum. But yes, I am gonna walk up with 3 bags and Colton's gonna be like, again, like you literally went to return stuff, which I did, and I returned and got $100 back, but then I spent $300. So girl math, I saved $100. That's what they say. Maybe I'll print the tickets tonight so I can just like have it ready, and then when I get him to shower tomorrow at like 2, I'll just like so fast. The bucket's like so dumb. Like I just want it to look presentable, because I feel like traditionally, in like especially heterosexual couples, I feel like it's so traditional for the guy to do all the work for the girl, and I just feel like sometimes guys like to be spoiled and like surprised and dumb stuff. Anyway, I have a lot of things going on in my mind. I had one of those mornings this morning where I woke up at like 5 on my own, no alarm, and was just super anxious. Like, have you guys ever, do you experience that? Is that like just an anxiety-ridden person thing? Yeah, just woke up, my heart was racing, my mind was racing. I wrote down in my calendar, luteal phase blanket under covers work tape or something of that sort. No idea what that means. Absolutely couldn't tell you. Have zero idea what that means, but I must have woken up and I fell asleep thinking about video ideas to make for our song on purpose, because I'm like really feeling the pressure of like keeping the momentum going, and I'll talk about that later because that's a whole other thing. So I'm sure I woke up and had like a video idea, and just in my half asleep stupor was just like typing without thinking. But it's like so funny to me, because if any of you guys like journal or keep like a notebook by your bed or just write in your phone, do you ever wake up with like the weirdest things written down and are just like, what part of my brain thought this would make sense to future me? Because like you're giving me way too much credit. I have no idea what the frack that means. I hope it's a good idea, because I need some ideas. We've been crazy on the phone, on Zoom calls for like 6 days straight about our song. Again, in our last vlog, we talked about it. We had a song go viral, which is so exciting. But I think the behind the scenes of that people don't really talk about is a madhouse of labels, publishers, managers, kind of just like talking to you. And it's so icky, because basically a bunch of companies reach out and they're like, hey, we'd love to like sign this song, work it, push it to like reach a whole new audience, and then obviously we own 50% of it or whatever. Comment below if you want to know more specifics of that. We'd be happy to talk about it. I don't know how boring that is to non-music people. So me and Colton, because we are not managed, we're self-managed, we have just been on Zoom calls for 6 days straight. They're just like promising us the world, and some of them we believe. Some of them were like, okay, your track record speaks for itself. Other people were like, you didn't say anything specific, and it's really clear you didn't listen to any of our other music, so it's just like blood in the water for sharks. Like they're just like, oh my god, virality, I want that, instead of like really investing into us as artists. So those guys were like, thank you, next. Other people we want to like make long-lasting relationships with to release the rest of our music with like a label or a company that can really push it to the next level. So we hang up these phone calls and we just like kind of stare at each other in silence for like 10 minutes, and we're like, shit, I don't know. And like, what if we make the wrong choice? What if we pick the wrong person? What if we pick the right person, but then that person leaves, which is a huge thing in the music industry. Like, you never sign for a person, because that person can get offered a new job the next week, and then you're stuck at that company. We're both going to bed with like head spinning and just like heart racing and like laying there just eyes wide open. We're not even watching the TV when we put it on. We're just kind of staring, thinking. And Colton's been doing so much work, like making a whole spreadsheet, comparing them, sending to our lawyers. Send some good vibes to us, you guys. We poured our heart and soul into the song, and it's like resonating, which is a joy I can't even explain or put into words. But now we just like need to keep it going, and the pressure of that is like debilitating. And it's like, you just don't want to make the wrong choice and be the reason that you didn't give your song the whole life it could have had. Send good vibes to us, send good decision, calming, assured vibes. We need them. Okay, now I've rambled for so long, but I'll keep you guys updated on the bucket and what it looks like. It's not gonna be flashy. More about like, I planned part of the day. I want him to feel special. I'm gonna write a cute note in the card. Blah, 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 blah. Valentine's Day Eve, and peace up A-Town. Oh my God, we have to talk about Usher at the Super Bowl later. We'll do that later. Okay, love you guys, bye. Oh my God, was like, why is he following me so intensely? It's because I have blueberries. Look at it.
Rude. Because you always trying to updo somebody. Always trying to updo. Oh, movie night. When? Oh, for today? Love. Here, I almost got you the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. But I thought you'd be mad if I got tickets to see it.
Sydney Sweeney on Valentine's Day?
All 3 girls.
Yeah.
I don't think anything was worse. That was bad.
That felt like a parody. Like,
yeah.
We just left and we're saying well, I said it. I said it felt like an SNL skit portraying one of the Spider-Man movies. First of farking all, the whole movie, absolutely no superhero action happened.
No.
I don't even want to give anything away. So the trailer shows Sydney Sweeney and the 2 other actresses that are lesser known because I actually didn't recognize them. It shows all of them in arguably a little bit not so great costumes. Can confirm now they are horrendous costumes. They look like what you dress up Halloween when you don't have anything to wear and you want to be one of the Madame Web. Like, it looked so bad. Not once do we see them in that in real time. There are flashes of them to a distant future sequel fighting crime, but not once did they do that in this movie because they have not come about their powers yet. Sydney Sweeney was as dry as I worried that she would be. That's not her role.
Dakota Johnson was drier.
Dakota Johnson was somehow worse. I feel mean. You just like, yes, I'm so mad.
A big part of it was just it was written really poorly. Like, it feels like AI wrote it. And that's the second movie we've seen. I'm like, is AI right? Did they like sneak in there before the whole... Maybe this is what the strike was about.
Oh my God.
Like, I thought it was like...
And the acting was so bad. And we looked at each other and we were like, wait, no, because we are Marvel fans. And it just feels like a letdown. Like, I want to ask for my money back. It was that bad. On to part 2 of the date. That's hopefully going to be so much better. All right. We're closing out the night with dark chocolate. We melted some dark chocolate, just these like Ghirardelli squares. And we have fresh blueberries and raspberries, and we're just dipping in here. And when I tell you, this shit hits. Oh my. What were you trying to say?
I didn't know. At first I was going to go Nasa Me Yamanish Kabbalah. And I was like, that's not the right song. So then I went Pirates of the Carribean, but I couldn't think of the theme.
Oh, wait. That's Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's scary. It's SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. That was Lil Jon.
We just opened up our cards to each other.
Because we were supposed to open them at dinner.
Colton got me, I'm fired up. Said that's so cute because we're watching Game of Thrones, and he said, oh, I didn't even mean to do that.
Normally on Valentine's Day, in the past couple years, sometimes we do something, sometimes we don't.
We don't.
We don't because we don't like to go out and do the whole like a crowded restaurant and it's preset menu.
Overpriced.
Overpriced. It feels like a racket. However, our very first Valentine's Day that we weren't
working
because we used to work at a restaurant. The very first time we weren't working, we went to a Brazilian steakhouse in Nashville, and it was the first time we had done, well, at least for me, I don't know if you'd done it before, the Valentine's Day thing where it was preset menu, preset all this stuff, and it's, you know, overpriced, and it's just like hilarious. And it was funny. It was like, I don't know, it was like so gimmicky and like
super, yeah,
and not super like, and it wasn't great. But that led us to be like, oh, we probably shouldn't like spend money on that on our Valentine's Day. But this one, I was like, it's our last one that we're engaged and not married. So like for the last hurrah, let's do our first one. So I went to look for a Brazilian steakhouse in LA, and then it just was. I mean, LA is just crazy, and there were places that were like $300 a plate, or just like it looked not the vibe. So our first date ever was at an Italian restaurant. So how about I do Italian, and we'll do like the whole preset menu, the whole Valentine's Day thing. And I'm like, it'll be just like our first date. So I was gonna surprise her by pretending like we didn't have plans. She also was gonna surprise me, and we discovered that we were both had plans because in our session yesterday, one of the producers was like, you guys have plans tomorrow? And we were like, yes.
You were like,
and I was like, what kind of plans you got? She's like, what kind of plans you got?
We went to go see the new Madame Web. And we can't really talk about it because I'm still upset about it.
And
I
kept it.
I'm debating asking for a refund because it was that bad. One of the characters' mother has passed away in childbirth, and she reunites with her in a vision, and we were laughing. And if you know us, well, Colton, that makes sense. For me, that doesn't make sense, but please, if that can communicate to you how terrible this movie was.
It was really bad.
It was so bad. A part of his little box was I got blueberries and raspberries and chocolate because one of our earlier Valentine's Day.
Our very first Valentine's Day.
Was it our first one?
Mm-hmm.
Our very first one, we were both working at a restaurant called Stony River, just like crazy hours all the time. We were like, we're not gonna be able to spend Valentine's Day together because we're both working, but luckily we got off at
like
slightly different
9:30.
times.
Yeah.
And we went to Colton's little house that was down the street from our college, and he had set up a cute little table of chocolates and fruits and just like so cute. So I wanted to be reminiscent of our first Valentine's Day.
So it's funny that we both tried to get like early / first. Yeah, we just went for different firsts, which is kind of hilarious.
That
Because
is
yours
kind
was
of
the
funny.
actual first.
And yours was our first date, which is a first.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Your
Finn.
son would like to piss. Funny that we both felt like this was a closing of an era of us being just dating, and our next Valentine's Day will be spent married.
What?
Which we have to do something big for that one. Like we should do something fun. Crazy week, honestly. I feel like this has kind of been a sporadic vlog, but I feel like we'll close it out here. We took a big step in the music side of things today, which we'll talk about. We'll start the next vlog with that. So we kind of did like a celebratory cheers tonight to love and Valentine's Day, but also like a big move in career world. So we're interested in that. We're really excited and proud of ourselves and looking forward to the future. But I am going to go getting comfy clothes, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.